Welcome, friends, to our live weekly Cowtown, Texas Roundtable, a Lone Star symposium on cigars, guns, golf, and whiskey, brought to you by Captain Chris and the snarky usual suspects,
otherwise known as a couple of hairy-legged Irish dudes and a couple of way-too-smart gals.
We are broadcasting from Pop's Safari in the lovely Fort Worth Cultural Arts District. Along with the news and reviews of great cigar and cocktail pairings, today's show will include a firearm review,
A what's new in golf,
a review of local attractions,
what's happening on the DFW social scene,
and Texas trivia. This week's show, as usual, is sponsored by Pop's Safari, the finest cigars, beer, and wine right here in our beloved Cowtown, Texas.
That's Fort Worth for you non-locals.
This has to be the quintessential man cave. Pops also has one of the coolest collections of rare firearms in the state of Texas.
A humongous humidor.
A big game trophy collection to die for. Truly, we all like to think of Pops as our own little bureau of alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
Then again, it is Texas.
It's back to the Saturday Night Live. Too sick.
All right, so welcome to the show, friends. We've got a fantastic show this week. As a matter of fact, we're missing Angela, but she's actually here. She's sick today, but we've got her in oversight mode in what we call an angelical posture. And but no, she hasn't departed. She'll be back next week. I want to say we got our good friend Nathan McCartney here. He's the esteemed Fort Worth businessman and developer and Republican. And over here on my left, filling in for Angela today, is the lovely Miss Brenda Scott, who is our cigar social expert and all that good stuff. But today she'll be sitting in as my lefty, which is nice. So thank you, Brenda, for being here.
You're welcome.
We've got our fantastic man of the hour producer, Andrew. And, of course, our composition is all of our music is original, and it's brought to you by Damon Allen Gay. Damon Allen Gay.
I like it how you pronounce it.
He had to be a tough guy in high school. The point is that Damon Allen Gay, he's talented, and he's also available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, and corporate events. So just give him a shout. I think it's
Street fighting.
HarryMenWithButts.com or something. You can get him on his website. I'm not sure which one it is, but you grab him there. And then, of course, we've got Javon Haywood, who is our assistant producer and a director. She's also an Iraq war veteran in the United States Army. We're really proud of her for her 20 years or whatever service. So it's great. And our boss is Ellen. Miss Ellen is our boss. She's the executive producer and the director. We love you to death. So anyway, we're going to get around to a bunch of stuff, but first we're going to ask Miss Brenda here, tell us about our cigar and drinks for the first session.
Yes, we are going to have the Arrow Creek. It's a California Pinot Grigio 2013. I will pass out. And we've got it with, we're doing Veritas cigars this week. The first one is called their 3 Blends. And this was with the help of Sam Licia. And it is, it's a barber pole, 3 different blends. The wrapper is a sun-grown Ecuadorian Habano, a Habano Maduro, and a Connecticut. And the binder is San Andres filler.
Oh yeah. Sun-grown Ecuadorian Habano.
Right here, filler.
Oh, Jalapa, Ometete, Bodega, y Este.
Yes.
Why do I have to use that accent for?
But this is
Because
very
it's a true
unique.
taste
It is
sensation.
it's half Corona, half box press. So 3/4 of it is box press, and then the cap on it is a Corona round, smooth and easy cap. So it's very unique. I love it. This is my favorite cigar that they make. Chris Weber is the owner. Scott Thompson is the rep. And the Veritas was named after his high school motto. What did I say it was? Veritas
Sine
Sine
Timore.
Timore. Truth without fear. That's
Ooh.
what he named his cigars. Veritas.
Very nice.
Yep.
And in fact, it reminds me of the great Latin phrase, actually popularized by Doc Holliday, "In vino veritas." In wine there is truth. So that's fantastic.
With enough.
Well, when I did the cold draw before I lit this sucker, I was getting golden raisins. And I'm telling you, I like golden raisins. That's a joke. I wasn't getting golden raisins at all. Actually, I was getting kind of a toffee and some coconut nuts. What about you, Nate?
I really like it. First of all, I mean, as far as the cigar goes, I haven't really had a whole lot of barber pole cigars. Cold draw, it does have a nice cold draw. One of the things that I saw another reviewer had said that it had a restricted draw. I didn't find that at all. I found it was extremely easy, and I didn't do a large punch or anything on the end of the cigar. It's a very easy smoke. It's a mild cigar. It doesn't have a whole lot of punch to it. I like it.
It may once you get into it. They actually describe it as starting out with a spicy kick. I think it takes a little bit to get into it, and then it mellows out into more sweet, citrusy tang.
So there's oils in it.
Yes. So that's why, and I talked to Chris, the owner, and he said put it with white wine that's not fruity. So.
Well, the white wine that's not fruity is actually going really well with it. I was smoking a cigar for a little bit and then went to the wine, and it does complement it really well. But as far as the extra flavors that are in there, I mean, I just let it. You can see that I'm right at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I don't have those flavors coming through yet. It's not overwhelming. It is a nice smoke. It does have a smooth draw. It's not restricted, but maybe I'll let you know as we go.
Yeah, I love my job. Can I just say that? This is a good job.
It is.
So we're gonna go ahead and go around the horn. Spend 2 minutes apiece, talk about things that we want to talk about. This is our 2 minutes. And then when it gets crazy, our assistant director, producer, person Jay, the Iraq war veteran, will come here and beat us in the head with a clapper. So gotta stay on our times. And but anyway, let's go around the horn. Nathan, let's start with you. What's important in your world?
The things that are important to me, in my world right now, I was looking this week, and I actually applied for it. People are talking about cannabis and legalization of marijuana, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking more about the cannabidiols. It's a derivative of these, and an extract of these oils. The oils are the extracts, and they have proven to be very, very effective. It's non-psychotropic. It's low THC, so you don't really get stoned off of it. Although smoking, you got it. But it treats. It's been very, very, very effective, almost miracle-like. In fact, people may have seen this going around Facebook finally. We studied this a few years ago with another company that I consulted for, and these cannabidiols, they're very, very good for people with neurological disorders. It helps with autism. It helps with epilepsy. It helps people with their appetites with certain diseases. It also
so it gives you the munchies?
No. Well, no. Like with HIV, it helps with the appetite. It doesn't help so much with the appetite with cancer, although smoking the weed itself probably is good for Pizza Hut stock. But as far as the CBDs go, it helps that crippling nausea.
People with chronic pain.
When you have that crippling nausea from cancer, those cannabidiol oils are very, very good. Now, the interesting part about this is that when the people have been talking about how Texas should do this. Well, recently, as of last Thursday, they're actually taking applications for people to have. They're going to be distributors of the cannabidiols. They're taking applications as of last Thursday. I tried to apply. I emailed. The applications aren't actually ready yet, even though they were supposed to be ready last Thursday. But they are going to pick 3. So 3 people in the state of Texas will be distributors. That's my story.
Are you? Do you pee hot when you smoke this stuff? Or does it take
No. It's a compassionate use program. It is cannabidiols. It is an extract, and it has very low THC.
Okay, so you probably still drive a truck or something.
You can drive a truck without pain.
All right, so Brenda,
Yes.
how are you going to top that? You're testing it hard.
No. This weekend is the Cowtown Marathon races. So I wanted to say congratulations and good luck to all the participants. I'm missing it my first time. I've done it the last 3 years, so I've got my half marathon shirt from last year on. But they go right around here, right around Pops, in the streets nearby. But I love Cowtown. I love the races. They're so much fun. Love going through downtown Fort Worth. Then when you get to Lancaster, that's you're on the way home.
Right.
Go down Lancaster. So it is a great feeling of accomplishment. And the mayor of Fort Worth, Betsy
She's
Price,
active? She's active?
Yes, she's very active with getting
She
Fort
cycles a
Worth
lot?
fit. And she has a mayor's triathlon, but she's in the race today. She missed it last year. She was with me 2 years ago at the same corral, and it was when we had that ice storm, if you remember. And they canceled every race but ours, the half marathon. So we got out there and did it. Oh, it was great. It was fantastic. So 40-degree weather, they scraped the ice off the streets, and we did it. So
The mayor's also got the And they brought in the actual Ironman triathlon too that we're doing here. It's actually a certified Ironman triathlon from Texas for Fort Worth. And it's going to be, I think there's one in Houston and it's going to be here.
And so you'd like to announce on the show today that you're going to be doing it?
I was thinking about it.
Really?
Why not?
I was going to push you in front of the bus.
I'm a long distance runner. I don't like to swim, but I can cycle. So, I mean, I get to get myself in shape, obviously, for that. But, I mean, might be something I want to do next year.
Well, you know, I went with a friend by the Will Rogers Coliseum yesterday and picked up the kit that you get, the runner's kit that you get. And I got one of Mayor Price's fit shirts and then wore it to the gym last night. And then I also got a 10K shirt. They gave me a 10K shirt because I was there to pick up one.
Oh, wow.
So I get to walk around like I ran the 10K, but I didn't.
It's okay. It's ease.
Yes.
It's ease.
Well, that's bragging rights, you know.
Okay.
People ask me if I did, I'll say. No.
So I was going to talk. I was going to have my 2 minutes of fame, right? And then I was going to do. We got to do about Angela though. Angela, who's not here, still has something to say because that's just Angela's way. And she's been talking about this for some time, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. She was going to Costco to buy a box of Kirkland golf balls. Which she wanted, the reason for that is these Kirkland golf balls, apparently they made waves back a couple months ago when it came out in the Wall Street Journal that they were just as good as any Titleist ball. And so all of a sudden it was a rush to Costco to get these Kirkland golf balls off the shelf. And now they're all over eBay, etc. Right? So Angela goes out to the Costco and she's asking the manager, and I guess she's having one of her episodes because she keeps asking the manager, where can I find your balls? and he's just like, well, did you look over on that shelf? He's being coy and whatnot, etc. But she decided she's on the never-ending quest for balls. So remember when she gets back, we've got to put her up to talking to us about how she and that manager got along when she's asking about the balls. Apparently, he wanted to play along, and this went into like one of those who's on first things that we've got to get into. So, but my question to you both, we've got about 4 minutes, and I want to know. We don't put the thought out there. I want to know what's up with more Texas. What's more Texas? If I go to a Whataburger at midnight, or if I go to a Dairy Queen at midnight? You've been out drinking, you've been to Billy Bob's, you've been riding bulls, you've been milking oil wells, you've been doing a lot of Texas.
I can Whataburger you before you finish that sentence.
Yes, Whataburger.
Whataburger all the way.
Whataburger's more Texas than Dairy Queen.
Oh,
yes.
Whataburger's more Texas than a lot of things, but Dairy Queen would be one of them that's definitely climbing above. You can have several things below Whataburger before you reach Dairy Queen. My opinion.
No. You know, I mean, like I know Brenda, tell me what.
I loved Dairy Queen back in the day, but
Full meal deal.
Hunger Buster.
Yeah. And
Hunger
of course,
Buster
they came out
fries
with the
that
blizzard,
Sunday.
you know, turned
Fat
upside
kid's
down.
dream.
But you know, they went out in the market, came back, and now they're back again and very expensive. But Whataburger has always been there, always consistent.
Because one
I
thing when you
prefer
think
them.
of
And they're
walking
open
to
24
Whataburger-
hours. Now
They
that's
are.
where you go after the club at midnight or 2 a.m. Yes.
I have
And
12
everybody goes to
taquitos
work.
with extra cheese, hash browns, and a Diet Coke. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. You can go, like when we go deer hunting, I mean, it doesn't matter. Any small town that you're out there in Texas, any small town, there's no guarantee that Whataburger's going to be there, but I'll guarantee they're going to have Dairy Queen. Every time. Now, I'll give you a little bit on that. I mean, like Lane Frost, I mean, he took his girlfriend, what's her name? Can't remember her name for the life of me. Kelly. Took Kelly Frost for their first date to Whataburger. He bought her water chicken. If you don't believe me, you can get 8 seconds. The movie. It's about Lane Frost and, you know, his last days, you know, bull riding champion, the greatest bull rider of all times. He took her to Whataburger, and it was played by Luke Perry, I think, right? He's like, "What? How's your water chicken?" You know, so water chickens are important. I mean, it's made to say just great. But I'm just telling you right now, there's nothing like Dairy Queen. You get it in any town. It tastes like crap no matter where you're at. It's consistent across the board. And you can always get 3 tacos.
Now,
Get 3
I'll tell you,
tacos.
I didn't think that Dairy Queen would taste like crap when I was a kid.
No,
I thought it was. I
was
thought
great.
it was great. I thought it was great. And the burgers, I mean, especially when they toast the bun. When they used to toast the bun, the meat was fresh, and they kept it more like the DLT, where the lettuce was still crisp. You know, it keeps the you know. There you go.
I like the
We're
steak
aging
finger
ourselves.
basket.
Yeah, well, we
gravy
kinda
and
did
Texas
that.
Toast. That's what I like.
Grilled cheese.
Steak
You
finger.
go get a grilled
Well,
cheese
the thing is,
water.
I ate it at a Dairy Queen recently, and it just wasn't what it used to be, and I think it had to do with the quality of the
You have-
specific
You have
establishment.
no flavor for nostalgia at all.
No. I have a flavor for nostalgia. There was just no flavor in that nostalgia. That was the problem. I could go to Whataburger and you can get you can get that kick in the face of the mustard when you eat it, and the fries, and that sugary ketchup that they sell you that you know is bad for you. I mean, when you wake up at 2 o'clock the next afternoon after a night of drinking, it's just yellow wrappers all over the bed, and your face looks like shame.
Yeah, exactly. So now I got a note from our executive producer. She's saying that we ought to consider Waffle House or Tip's Big Boy. I think Waffle House. It is consistently awful across the country.
Yeah.
Yep, I won an eating contest. I won an eating contest at Waffle House.
Really?
True story. Kevin Blessing, if you're watching, yes, I beat you.
Okay, so we're going to head off to our commercial break, and when we get back, we'll be discussing the Ruger Super Black Hawk, chambered in 44 Special Magnum. We had it here last week in the studio. We took it out to the range. Got some cool pictures we'll put up for you, and when we come back in 2 minutes. But you did like it. You like the 44?
Yes.
Hand cannon, I think, right?
Hand cannon.
This week we're going to do the snake gun. We got a Colt King Cobra 357 Magnum, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. You see it up here. It's a really pretty gun. We can't wait to take it. So when we come back, we'll see you in about 2 minutes.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
Pop's Safari Room is one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop's Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural Art District within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop's Safari Room. Comfort among friends.
Sickle cell disease is an incurable blood disorder that can be very painful. The good news is people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not always living well. Sickle Cell Disease Association of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their family. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more information, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org and or like us on Facebook.
DFW Devil Dogs is a non-profit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about this program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services. But they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across DFW who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
I love the clapper. Okay, we're back, and as promised, we're talking about the Ruger Super Black Hawk 44 Magnum. What ammunition did y'all take out with that, Nate?
Since there was no ammunition with it, we ended up we went to the gun range, and the only thing that they had was the Magnum, and it was the Hornady. Critical defense.
So $85 worth of ammunition later.
$85 worth of ammunition later, we were able to expend some nice quality ammo.
$5 a piece.
$5 a piece, yeah. But it was okay. You know, Here's the thing about this gun. It's not a light gun.
No.
It's not a light gun. It's a big gun. If you guys have seen the Facebook page, it's quite a large gun. It's not balanced really well, and the handle is a very firm handle. So when you're shooting it, you're having the same caliber and the same punch that's going through a rifle, but now going through a pistol. So I would liken it to some of the larger
You're
caliber.
talking about the Henry from the week before.
Yeah, the Henry from the week before. It has the same ammo, so it's going into this one, and it's all right here in the grip. So it's not a gun that you want to hold like this, again, unless you're recording it. That'd be a really nice
You
recording.
want likes on YouTube.
But you want your arms out, and when you're shooting this gun, you want to make sure that you've got a hold of it, because it's got a kick. It has a good kick to it, and it's not a comfortable kick either. I think somebody, if they're not used to shooting, if they're not, extending their arms out, and they're not really used to shooting, they could hurt themselves if they're not instructed on how to use this gun. And then even the ones that know how to shoot guns can forget. But regardless, even if you have the right pose and everything else, it's still an uncomfortable recoil in your hands.
I don't know. So what did you think? Have you fired one before?
Not that one. We did it last week. We had actually quite a few people come up to us too and ask us.
A 10.5
about
inch barrel.
People around us. They're
'Cause
like,
it
"What
was
is that? What do you have?"
Because it was a boom over everybody else's weapon that they were shooting.
I think I did fairly well though. The first one was up high a little bit, so then I countered to go a little bit lower since I knew it was going to kick up.
Right.
I did good.
Yeah, I don't know about having balance when it's got a 10.5 inch barrel. I don't know if you're going to balance that unless you put a stock on it, the forearm stock, right? I mean,
You'd have to put a forearm stock on it, and if you carried it, if you were riding in a horse, like on a horse back in the day, you'd have one of those rifle holsters to put it in, and then it'd be like one of the. It'd almost be like a comedy, like from Three Stooges or something, where they pull it out of the middle of their pants and then like that, and then you want to shoot someone. So this is not what we call a functional gun.
Right.
when I was on my second or third deployment, I can't remember, but I bought. Jerry Lynn said I could buy a couple of guns, for my deployment present to come home. So I bought that. And I bought a 30-30. I always wanted a Marlin 30-30. It's just a classic Texas gun.
You've known this guy forever. Why would you let him make that decision? He just.
She was just being nice to me. So, she was concerned. So the point is that I went and bought this thing. It had a scope on it. The reason was my daddy and I were going to go hog hunting. When East Texas boys, they just said bring it. It's a pistol hunt, so just 3-4 magazines and a scope. I need a scope for this thing. But the point is, it's ridiculous. So I buy this thing. I get home. We get off. When she picks me up, I land in El Paso. We go home. I got a couple weeks off before I report back again, and we went to the range out here in Fort Worth. What is it out there?
Alpine.
Alpine, yeah, I know. And we sit out there, and Drew Lynn's all, shoot your pistol, baby. Okay, so, I got it all cocked up and loaded, and I didn't extend my forearms. Because, I'm a military combat officer. I got this, you know what I mean? So,
and an all-around badass.
I thought, so I take her, I'm not paying attention, it just comes back, and it hits me right here on the bridge of the nose, and the scope, and blood starts trickling.
I wouldn't
And
have
so I put,
that's a record moment.
I put the pistol down.
Did you get a picture?
No, she didn't get a picture of it. It was funny. So I put the pistol down and I said, "Let me go see where that went." And there was, they had that plywood there going across.
You wanted to let anybody see you cry.
No, it wasn't like crying. It was just like I was stunned. I couldn't feel it, but I knew it was a problem. Blood was dripping, so I walked straight ahead and I pretended I didn't see that big piece of plywood that keeps you from firing up. So I hit my head on that. My nose. And so Jerry's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I hit my nose on this plywood." She goes, "You hit your nose with the pistol, didn't you?" I'm like, "Yes."
That's a good story.
But I tried to cover that.
Hey, I don't know. You just wouldn't have done that. You always see this like when you trip and you try to pull it off.
I meant to do that. It's my Dick Van Dyke thing. Yeah.
I saw a guy do that back in college. He fell off the toilet.
Mm.
Yeah, fell off the toilet. We hear this big thud, and the doors closed and everything. And I see this guy laying sideways. Fell off the toilet. Now you pull that on.
Well, Elvis did that too, unfortunately, on August something or other, 1977.
Yeah, but he was dead. He had some experience.
Remind me one of these days when you talk about the 3-story beer bomb in college. That was. Well, when you're a freshman, you don't really have any idea how
It's
physics.
at the lungs to pull that off.
Well, you don't have any idea about how physics works.
Yeah.
Pressure, hydrology, or any of that stuff, right? I can tell you right now that one-legged Carl wound up flat on his ass when he was the first to pull the trigger on this thing, right? he was just full of beer. And he's on the ground, we thought he killed him. He had rolls forward a little bit, and his beer's just rolling out of him. It's not like, he just got filled with beer. It was good stuff. So would you carry this pistol with you, Brenda, in your vehicle for self-defense? I mean, it would scare the crap out of you.
It would, yes, but no.
I mean, if you want to do that Stallone movie with Estelle Getty, Stop My Mom Will Shoot. Stop My Mom Will Shoot. It's a great picture gun. It's a great gun to go, look at this gun that I've got. But I think anybody else who's a serious shooter or wants something for self-defense, it's not what you call a concealed and carry.
It's just one for fun.
It's not. I didn't I really have fun shooting it.
Well, you did or didn't?
I mean, it's. I mean, I had to be the novelty of it, yes, but I mean, it's not a gun that you would use on a regular basis.
Novelty, right?
It's a novelty.
Exactly.
It is. But it was
not one that you
right.
would normally take to the.
That's a good distinction.
Clint Eastwood used one, and he said, "Don't make my day." Right? That big old 44 Magnum Clint Eastwood. I wonder how tall is he in real life? Probably like 4'11" or something. He's Hollywood tall. Whatever, we'll find it out. Okay, so when we come back,
I'd like to see him wrestle Tom
we're going
Cruise.
to talk some more about this cigar, and then we're going to also talk about Pat Perez on Tiger Woods, which I thought was kind of juicy this week.
It's a good story.
All right, so when we come back.
DFW Devil Dogs is a non-profit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about the program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services, but they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across the Metroplex who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
Pop's Safari Room has one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop's Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural Art District within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop's Safari Room. Comfort among friends.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
Sickle cell disease is an incurable blood disorder that can be very painful. The good news is, people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not always living well. SCDA of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their family. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more information, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org and/or like us on Facebook.
What you doing, your bro?
Rolling.
Okay, so I tell you what, when Javon gives you the clap, you get the clap. I tell you what, that's a great clap.
The clap. You got it.
You got the clap.
That's right. Seat back.
So we're back, and this is just as juicy as I'll get out. Golf Digest released the story this week, but on the 23rd, as a matter of fact, but it's just all over, it's viral. But Pat Perez on Tiger Woods, he says, Tiger knows he can't beat anybody. Now this starts to go viral, right? I mean, Pat Perez is dissing one of the world's greatest golfers of all time, who's had bad issues lately. He can't get his game back, right?
Yeah.
So now he's going to rub it in. He's going to say it's because he can't beat nobody. Did you read this story?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brenda, what were your thoughts?
Wait, the first story or his?
Oh, we'll get to his
after?
counter. The counter that he said after that. His explanation was even worse.
Well,
I think it made
sense. I mean, he has a right to his opinion, and I actually agree with some of the things he said. I mean, he can't even go out and do a press conference. So
That's a good point.
yeah, I did agree with his opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, go ahead.
he's still basically saying, he knows he can't beat anybody. I mean, that's kind of.
I wouldn't say
First
that.
of all, Tiger Woods, 14 major
Yeah.
winner.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's had a little bit of an off time. And
Well,
he-
20 years. Yeah. I mean, it's wild.
Yeah, he's had some. Yeah, but he hasn't been back in the game for that whole time. But when he comes back, no, he's not performing like he used to, and he is being a little. I don't know. Maybe it's a little. Could be even considered a little tough love. Like when you see your buddy messing
so
up.
tough love.
You see a guy sitting at home eating pizzas. He's depressed about something, and then you say, "Hey, don't call me again until you get your crap together."
Okay, maybe. But that's when you say that on the phone or in a personal text, not to the media. Okay, so here's his exact words in front of a live crowd. But the bottom line is he knows he can't beat anybody. He knows it. He shot 77. I'd love to shoot a 77. The guy can't shoot. I shoot 77 on a 9-hole. So he says, that guy can't shoot 77. What does he do the next day? Oh, man, my back's gone. I mean, now he's mocking him. Oh, man, my back's gone. So
And he says, and he does. You're right, because he goes a little further, and he says he has to show up. He has to show up. The only reason why he's doing these things is so he stays relevant.
I believe that too.
It might be.
Well, nobody knows how bad his back actually is.
That's true.
And again, a lot of money is at stake here, and he may be upset because he may be losing some money too with Tiger's actions.
Exactly.
And I don't care how good of friends you are with someone, you start affecting their paycheck, they're going to start talking some trash to you or making some moves in your direction. So I don't know. I think there's more to his back problems than he's letting on because there is too much cash.
I just feel like he did exaggerate that one sentence where he said he can't beat anyone.
He can beat me.
Yeah.
He can be. I'll stand up there and I'll say, "Yep,
he
he
can
can beat me."
Yeah.
He can beat me at golf.
My golf score looks a lot like my bowling score, and I'm a pretty good bowler.
Yeah.
So that's an issue. But I enjoy playing. Now, the thing is, I mean, he's talking about the fact that it was just something he said. It's his radio show. We're talking about Tiger Woods. I mean, and I'm sorry. I mean, I can't be argued about the importance of Madonna. I can't be. You can't tell me that Madonna's whatever. I think she's more important to modern pop than she and Michael Jackson. I'm sorry. I don't even like their music. I don't. Maybe La Isla Bonita. I like that song. Maybe Papa Don't Preach. Maybe those two. But the point is,
if this conversation goes any further,
I got it.
he's gonna have a list.
Yeah, I got it.
He likes Madonna.
I like Madonna. I'm just saying I don't listen to her. But I don't listen to Michael Jackson either. But it cannot be argued that these two have taken music to different heights and ranges, right? I mean, they made it possible for so many other things to happen. And I got to say the same thing about Tiger Woods. I mean, we can talk about Ben Hogan all day long. We can talk about Arnold Palmer. We can talk about these greats. Payne Stewart. I mean, all these people that made the sport what it is. It's fantastic. But Tiger was the first rock star.
Yeah.
He was a rock star in the sport.
Oh, and Brenda mentioned something. You brought it up. How she brought up the second half of that, where he did come back and change his tone after a while.
Well, he got in trouble with some porn stars.
Perez did.
Well, now Perez did, yes, too.
No, I'm talking about Perez.
Okay, yeah.
Perez came back and changed his tone, so he wasn't quite so militant and punchy towards Tiger.
Well, good on him.
On the backside. And I think that, he said it right here. He said he's getting killed by these people. And by these people, I'm sure it was his fans, golf fans, Tiger Woods people, advertisers, because you can't be negative in that circle, especially when you've got the hero that's wounded out there and he's done so much for the sport, and now you're going to down him you're going to make fun of him while he's down.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's bad sportsmanship.
It's just kind of, I'm going to go as far as to say it's just kind of ghetto. I mean, it's just kind of like, you got to run your mouth about the guy. He's changed everything up. You should have nothing but respect for him, right?
I have to agree with Angela, though, that he's kind of like the Tony Romo of golf. Sorry.
Recently, though. I know we are a what have you done. We are a what have you done for me lately society. You're only as good as your last trick.
Okay, yes.
But we do gotta remember that he really has changed the face modernly.
Well, does anybody poke fun at Paul McCartney? I mean, they would, right? I mean, Paul McCartney, I mean, he's an absolute, I mean, he was a Beatle. He and Ringo. He's Sir Paul. There's no Sir Ringo, right? So you make fun of Ringo all you want, you know?
And I do.
Like, right, you know, he's like, no one calls me Sir Ringo, it's just Ringo. It's going to be Sir Paul. I mean, John Lennon was a Sir. He gave it back to the Queen. He didn't care about being a Sir. I think George Harrison got his knighthood or something, right, you know? But Ringo's just out there. It's like that Family Guy episode. Right? It's like, look, guys, I wrote a song. You know, he comes in and all the other three Beatles are like, oh, great, Ringo. We'll put it right here on the refrigerator. You know, he's like, yay. You know, he's somehow the child of the group.
That's very appropriate.
But the point is that you wouldn't make fun of Paul McCartney no matter what he did, because he's Paul McCartney. I mean, you know, this is another one, right? What he did with the Beatles and what he continues to this. I mean, I'm sorry, you wouldn't make fun of him. Why would you make fun of Tiger? I got it. He got caught with his pants down. He had that hot wife from Norway or whatever her name was. You know?
Maybe she planted that. Yeah. Maybe she planted that driver in his back a little more than what was let on.
Hey,
I'm telling you, the scorn of an angry woman.
An angry Northern European woman.
I'm afraid.
It's cold. It's cold up there. They have.
It is. Yeah.
I think that's good.
Sweden's not nice all the time.
So, but anyway, so you try to take it back, and it was a waste. It's a waste of breath of the guy. I don't really know. So. I don't know.
I think time's going to tell on this whole thing. Time's going to tell. We're going to find out whether or not Tiger can play or not.
So you're going to play this
year. It's going to happen sooner or later. Anything, let's just let it play out. See how it goes.
All right. So when we come back.
Pop Safari Room has one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural District within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop Safari Room, comfort among friends.
DFW Devil Dogs is a non-profit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about the program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services, but they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across the Metroplex who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
Sickle cell disease is a blood disorder that is incurable. It can be very painful to deal with, but the good news is that people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not living well. Sickle Cell Disease Association of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their families. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more info, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org or like us on Facebook.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast as well. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
Rolling.
All right, so we've officially got the plan.
It's not a week.
Okay, so real quick, we're going to talk about this news story. The Federal Appeals Court ruled on Tuesday that the Maryland ban on assault rifles in large capacity magazines isn't subject to the Constitution's right to keep their arms. But first, I have to make a correction. Apparently, George Harrison was not knighted. He was given a lesser order of the British Empire, which he felt snubbed because Paul McCartney was a knight backward or something like that. Which is, I think, a secondary knighthood. It's kind of like a pre-owned knighthood type of thing. I don't think that it's like But whatever. So anyways, the point is, the only knight in the whole group besides John Lennon would have been, and it was Paul McCartney, who was 97, boss? 98?
97.
Back in the 90s, dinosaur days. So anyway, so here's the thing with this, and I want to get y'all's opinion on this, but the problem I have, and I'm a pretty progressive guy, right? I mean, I have a D behind my name in most scenarios, but the thing that I like about the Second Amendment is the same thing I like about the Fourth, or the Fifth, or the Eighth, or the all important, right? So you're going to tell me that the military, like the assault weapons ban, or that if they're not subject to the Second Amendment protection, then what is it for? What was the Second Amendment for? It was so that you could keep your government in check. Now, granted, that sounds kind of barbaric these days, but the idea back then is the same as the Fourth. You don't let just Lieutenant, Fuzznuts and his troops just move into your house. You get out, but you can stay. You know what I mean? But we have the right to do that. So you don't want to have quartering, right? You don't want to have to plead yourself innocent or guilty when you're not. I mean, you have the right to speech, or you have the right to petition, the press, which is being trampled on right now. I mean, the point is that we have a Second Amendment for a reason. I'm not advocating tanks and mortars and rocket launchers, but I'm saying if I'm talking about a fully automatic weapon, we're talking about a semi-automatic weapon that I should be able to use. I mean,
For hog hunting.
for hog hunting.
Right.
There you go.
Especially in Texas.
Especially in Texas.
What I didn't like was that they have this, the quote, I'm quoting directly from here. Put simply, he wrote, "We have no power," this is the legislator, "we have no power to extend," judge, "we have no power to extend the Second Amendment protection to weapons of war that the Heller decision explicitly excluded from such coverage." So we don't have the power to extend, like we're having to, like it's a privilege, to extend this protection to the weapons of war. Okay, weapons of war are like we're saying, mortars and tanks and things like that. And number one,
And fully automatic weapons.
well, the thing is, how in the world could the framers of our Constitution anticipate those kinds of weapons? They're muskets.
Right.
We were muskets back then. So, and muskets were the best thing that the government had at the time.
That's the
So
point.
you were allowed to have the exact same thing that the government was allowed to have. Now, I don't know that we should be having manned drone or unmanned drones that can, shoot,
Well,
with a
that-
tank. But
she probably wants to have her own tank or her own intercontinental blitz missile.
I need a tank.
Tank, especially when you
I
eat
got room
wrong.
in the backyard.
when you do you wrong, you just gotta run him over with a tank.
There you go.
Oh no,
Yes.
I'm getting my tank.
Don't make me pull this out.
What are your thoughts, Brenda? What do you think? You're our token liberal for the day. What do you got for us?
Oh, am I?
Any opposition, or because it's your Texasness taking over?
I agree with you, on that. And like what he said, I think it's just out of date. We've had different things come along since this was written so long ago, and it just doesn't cover everything that we have available to us now.
And
So,
I agree, and I'm not a big fan of reactive, emotional legislation.
Right.
Because this came after Sandy Hook and a few other things that happened, and it is when politicians they use this as a position to gain power and to gain public approval and to improve their chances on their next election. They don't necessarily do it because it makes good law.
right.
It is completely emotional and reactionary, and that's a slippery thing for us to accept in society. It's just like when there's a death in the family. Well, don't sell the house for a year. Don't make emotional decisions. Don't be a reactive politician. Don't make reactive legislation. Take some time, slow down, Haas. Let's just take a look at this and see and
But I think
consider the ramifications of
if
what's going.
someone uses weapons, to hurt people and kill people inappropriately, use of it, it's going to, they're going to get those weapons no matter what law you have in place.
I agree.
To
And-
restrict
and-
people that do use them appropriately. It doesn't matter what you do to the general public. The people that are going to do criminal acts and so forth, they're going to get those guns anyways. It's not,
I agree, and
It's not gonna
somebody
matter.
smarter than me who knows how to make a bomb could probably go just in the kitchen back there, and in Pop's kitchen back there, and make everything that they need
Yeah.
to do a lot more damage than any of the weapons we're talking about.
right.
And not be anywhere in the vicinity when they go off.
So, going on now to the original Mississippi floated whiskey barrel. Okay, so when we come back? When we come back? We're back.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast as well. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
Sickle cell disease is a blood disorder that is incurable. It can be very painful to deal with, but the good news is that people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not living well. Sickle Cell Disease Association of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their families. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more info, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org or like us on Facebook.
DFW Devil Dogs is a nonprofit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about the program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services, but they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across the Metroplex who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
Pop Safari Room has one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural District within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop Safari Room, comfort among friends.
We've got just 2 seconds. Let's talk about this real quick, Brenda. I think this is awesome. This is really awesome stuff.
So this is whiskey barrels that floated down the Mississippi to Baton Rouge. After 5 years of aging and an 1,100 nautical mile trip down the Mississippi and Ohio rivers, it arrived in downtown Baton Rouge.
So this is from the Cane Distillery. They barreled up this whiskey. It's been aging. They threw it in the river.
5-year aged whiskey.
And it floated down to Baton Rouge, where they're now tapping it and either doing cask strength or diluting it or what. I mean, who knows? But the point is, that's old school. Right. Floating down the river.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, and the story is actually a little more interesting than we're putting it out here. These guys, they have a sugar plantation, and everybody, they wanted to start distilling things on their own, and everybody, of course, with sugar, they said, hey, you guys should do rum.
Right.
They didn't want to do rum, although that would have been ideal and a great thing to do, especially if you had your own sugar cane. But they wanted to do rum, so they got this French company to help them out, and they put the distillation in these barrels, and then they put them in the water 1,000 miles away and let them make the trip all the way down. And you'd be surprised, you might not be surprised, this is where some of the old laws come into effect. They had to fight through a few years of some of these old prohibition laws that were still on the books. And it wasn't really as easy as they thought. And it's not like they were really worried about enforcing it ananymore, but the local authorities were like, hey, by the way, this is still against the law. So they had to work through some things and get some waivers to be able to do this and bring it production. But from what I understand, the end result's a very nice whiskey.
It left on January 27th, so they just got it a few days ago.
So note to self, I want to float from the Ohio rivers to the Mississippi down to Baton Rouge.
It'd be like in Guadalupe. You can just float down the Mississippi.
Okay, so So let's go ahead and let's go to trivia. Now you notice that Miss Brenda usually does trivia, but this week she's going to be taking it. And our producer, our executive producer and director, is going to be reading them out to us. Okay?
I think you should have rephrased how you put that, but go ahead.
It's fine. Sorry. I get fired, you'll know why. Okay, go ahead.
Are we ready?
We're ready. Question 1.
What do the 3 colors on the Texas flag mean? 1 point per correct color meaning. What 3 colors on the Texas flag, what do they mean?
I'm gonna lose this week.
Well, the losers
Thank
drink
you
this
for
awful,
playing.
awful, nasty
I
Manischewitz
know,
on
I
ice.
see it over there. It's got
Manischewitz
ice
on ice. Manischewitz on ice. It's going to be bad.
Shevitz means.
Yes, it means bad.
Yes.
It's Jewish for bad. Okay, I guess I got it. So you ready?
Are you ready?
I'm wrong as all get out.
Captain Chris, what do you have?
I only got red. I'm just going to say courage, sacrifice, and the blood of the people who fought for this great republic.
You are correct. It is courage.
So I have a third of that
You
answer
have 1
correct.
point.
Okay, 1/3. Okay, so 1 point.
Wait, mine's easy. I got it.
You got that. Okay.
So far, I'm good.
Okay, I took just a complete crap guess at this. The blue, unity and everybody, banding together and doing this kind of stuff because nobody knows what blue means. Red was courage, blood. That's kind of easy. And then white, the purity of the cause. I don't know. So you tell me how right I am.
Red to represent courage, white to represent liberty, and blue to represent loyalty. I'm gonna give you loyalty.
Woo! I don't have to drink that. I'm always the one who drinks.
It's all
Give
right.
me a break.
It's all right.
But there's a lot of
I'm
this
still
time.
not having it. Okay,
Next week I'm doing trivia. So I'm out next week. Go ahead.
Okay. Who was the first Texas-born United States president?
I think so. It's true, but it's not. Texas was born. Now, Eisenhower was born in Sherman. Okay, that's fine. Ready?
Are you ready? Okay, good one, guys.
I'm gonna say Bush.
That would be wrong.
Lyndon Johnson.
That would be wrong.
What you got?
That's right. It was Eisenhower. Was he born in Texas and he went to freaking
Yes,
born?
Dwight D.
I just said
Eisenhower.
it.
I don't know, but you didn't write it.
Do I get credit just for saying Ike?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
I'll give him Mike. What do you think?
I mean, who else is Ike? I mean,
You like
unless hit me again, I can this time put some steak on it.
It's a different Ike, yeah.
Okay, last one. According to the 1845 state constitution, what may Texas do that other states cannot?
What, say again?
According to the 1845 state constitution, what can Texas do that other states cannot?
Okay. I sound sure of myself, but you want to see me in
This is
direction.
PG-13, guys.
Yeah. I don't even know. I think half this is.
Stop!
We got a minute and a half.
I couldn't say that on the mic.
I'm out. Just give it to me.
Okay, so I don't know if mine's just myth stuff that I hear, urban legends, but we can fly are like the same height as U.S. flag.
That is true, however, it's not what I was going for. But
I
I will
said
give you a point for it.
I said secede.
It's, actually, that is also true. Well, actually,
No, it's not. We can break up into 5 seconds. Kansas City.
that's what the answer
That
is.
makes me the winner, and
No,
you're in second place.
because I had to drink last week after that bull crap.
I drink every week.
No. You can't
Yes,
after the
I
show
know,
me after the
I
fact
know.
adjudicate your answer.
This is why the Jewish Messiah will never return, because at Seder's we always drink the Cabernet Sauvignon.
I'm so happy.
And we leave the Manischewitz
Hold
for Elijah.
on. Let me enjoy this because I've had a drink
We need a picture.
from losing the trivia before, and I would just like to just enjoy this with my wine,
You go ahead.
my Cavassier, and my cigar.
Oh, look at that face.
Flush twice. It's a long way to the faucet. Look at that.
Okay.
Siggy saga, oi, oi, oi.
It's not bad.
Look at bring turpentine.
It's not bad. Is it comparatively not bad to what? That's the not bad face. But
Yeah.
it's not just.
Okay, so when we come back, we've got all the social world of cigars with Brenda Scott.
Sickle cell disease is an incurable blood disorder that can be very painful. The good news is, people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not always living well. SCDA of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their family. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more information, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org and/or like us on Facebook.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
Pop's Safari Room is one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop's Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural Art District within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop's Safari Room. Comfort among friends.
DFW Devil Dogs is a nonprofit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about the program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services, but they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across the Metroplex who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
Right, we got the clap. We're official. So it looks like the nasty drink is being consumed. And
it's kind of a group effort because it was way, anyway.
It was bad. So Miss Brenda is going to take us around the cigar social world.
Yes.
So what do we got?
Okay. March 9th, we have the Fired Up Charity Dinner in Keller. It's a Thursday at 6 p.m. $125 a ticket. I hope you're going to go. I'm going to go. I need a +1.
I need to ask my swim girl if she's going to make this happen for us.
There you go.
She loves being around cigars.
Swim boat, you on it?
Yes. And you're going to get a great ribeye steak dinner. Oh my, it's going to be great. And cigars. Okay. Also on March
She doesn't
9th.
sound good. I was going to be his +1.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh,
cowboy.
leave me out. That's okay. I go solo all the time.
No, I'm just kidding.
Also on March 9th, Lake Worth Cigars is having their BLTC and Nomad event from 5 to 8. That's a Black Label Trading Company. Very good cigars.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, very good. No, you can turn dinner. March 11th at Underground, the UG Roast, $100 a ticket. They're having a pig roast. You get a cigar from each vendor. I think there's 13 vendors. A lot of boutique cigars. Owners are going to be there, reps. That's going to be a great event.
I think that's a good one we
annual.
should go to.
Yes.
And real quick, what benefit? And that's a charity event. The first one you mentioned?
Yes.
What charity is benefiting?
There's actually several charities, but one of them is in Keller, like underprivileged children in the school district. But there's several different charities that they go to. Tentatively to Wildfire, the Women's Cigar Society, so we need women cigar smokers. We welcome to our group at the Buena Raza restaurant in Grapevine at 5:30, 6 o'clock. But I'll post the event on our Facebook. They have happy hour from 4 to 7 and half price appetizers. So that's our first event there. Saturday, March 18th at Lake Worth, they're having a Drew State event, which always is a great event. There from 12 to 4. North Texas Cigar Society, we're having our March meeting on March 30th. It's a Thursday at Drunken Donkey in Keller. And we're going to have Scott Lewis from Padilla Cigars there representing.
Didn't you just send us a picture of you and your special friend from the Drunken Ass or something like that? Drunken Donkey?
It said badass, yes.
Got it.
On the back of his shirt, badass.
You tagged us all on Facebook and we're all like,
Yes. And then Tuesday, April 11th, the Wildfire Again Women's Cigar Society, we're having our meeting at Michael's in Euless at 6 o'clock. We're going to have a question and answer series with Salas, who works there at Michael's in Euless and Keller. Very knowledgeable cigar connoisseur, and he's going to do question and answer. And that is all I have for now.
So one of the things I'd like to mention is a lot of time I had some ladies ask me this week about the women's group that does smoke cigars.
Yes.
They don't have to be avid cigar smokers. They can be a complete newbie.
They can be new. Yes.
And come in and just take a look. You know, you don't have to go in there and smoke a cigar, but become familiar with them, look at them, and see what
And that'll be good.
Is it something that you like?
April at Michael's in Euless, because Salas will be there and answer all our questions. I'm going to ask him what's good for a woman to start off with smoking, and he can definitely tell us that.
we have advice on pairings, on how to pair what,
Yes.
what to drink,
Yes.
what not to drink, more importantly.
Right.
And you don't have the creepy guy standing around you like when you're trying to teach them golf or pool, where they lean over you and say, "Hey, baby, let me show you how to." Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna just have a lot of ladies around there, and it'll be a nice,
Michael's is really good
very
for
woman-friendly
yes,
place to go.
definitely. Definitely.
That's
Michael's
good.
is where I started out. They're very good about introducing you to different cigars for your taste and your level of cigars that you're
It's
at.
a learning
Yes,
experience
it is very
for ladies that
yes.
that are curious.
Is it just me, or are we a lot more sober since we're drinking wine instead of whiskey today?
Unfortunately.
Maybe.
Unfortunately.
I'm feeling every single thing we're doing.
So I'm feeling, yeah.
No, that's absolutely awful.
Here,
Anyway, but
Here, let
me
me up the talent.
So Brenda, in the women's cigar world, do you find that it's just you're accepted no matter where you go, that the guys are excited about it? Because it's kind of a man cave kind of thing, and you're trying to do a barrier breakdown, which is awesome, right? But I mean,
There's a lot more women cigar smokers nowadays than in the past.
It was real fatty in the 90s, I remember.
Yeah. It is a little different now.
It's a little fat. I think the crowds are getting larger.
They are. They are.
And might I add, it is a woman smoking a cigar for some reason. It's kind of sexy. It really is.
Which is why my wife refuses to do that. I don't need any help in that department.
It is. It's going to be a future topic of ours. Women and men in the cigar
And
world.
the
But you
sexiness of
can
smoking a
take
cigar.
that into guns, whiskey, and golf. Because there's a difference between all of
Cigars, guns, golf, and whiskey.
I'm just trying to get my
We would
wife
have
to
to rearrange the order of that importance in sexiness.
No.
If I could get Jared to wear like football pads and smoke a cigar, my God. Baby.
You got to smile at her.
She's that smile like I will kill you.
But there's true women cigar smokers like myself, and I'll post things in cigar groups. I mean, we can't hide our bodies, I mean, that's just
And-
But there's some women that just post pictures of their boobs and an unlit cigar in their boob, and that's it.
In their boob?
Yes.
In their boob.
Boobs.
In their boob, they like tape it to
Boobs.
one?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's like they don't interact, they don't talk about cigars, they don't send out cigars to people. So I show everything. I don't know. All the events that I
We're
do.
going to file that under good to know.
That's fantastic. So when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Super Blackhawk 357 Magnum. It's not Super. I'm sorry. The Colt snake gun. It's a fantastic. It's a snake gun. It's the King Cobra.
Yes.
57 38 special. I mean, gosh, this gun. It's amazing. Talk about that. Talk about cigars in history. And
Cigars in history.
We're gonna have our second cigar, which is, Brenda will introduce us to, along with coffee this time.
Yes,
So we're gonna be
we're gonna
stone cold sober when we come back.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast as well. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
Sickle cell disease is a blood disorder that is incurable. It can be very painful to deal with, but the good news is that people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not living well. Sickle Cell Disease Association of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their families. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more info, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org or like us on Facebook.
Pop's Safari Room has one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the entire state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop's Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural District, within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop's Safari Room, comfort among friends.
DFW Devil Dogs is a non-profit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about this program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services. But they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across DFW who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
All right, we got sound.
And we've got the clap. So we're back, and we're going to begin our next segment here.
Can you read?
Yeah, I'm going to work on it. Somebody stole my glasses. Is okay
You're
with you?
taking your label off.
I'm going to leave my label on, but I think it's pretentious. That's just me. So, okay, I'm leaving my label on. That's fine.
This is blurry, isn't it?
Talk about this cigar. Tell us about this cigar.
Okay.
What we're pairing it with.
This is the 412, strong and proud like the city it's named for, which is Pennsylvania. Wrapper is a Pennsylvania broadleaf. Binder is a San Andreas. Filler, Pennsylvanian with double Ligero from Condega and Esteli. So strong peppery flavors. Goes good with coffee. And again, I asked Chris Weber, the owner, and that's what he said to put it with. Sweet molasses combined with dried fruits. And a finish that is light, sweet, and crisp.
Graham crackers.
Yes.
And cinnamon. I'm getting cinnamon toast crunch and graham crackers in this thing.
You can have your glasses back.
Same thing.
Don't forget to take the
I don't know. That's what I'm getting, right?
Take the ribbon off the bottom, please. I saw a guy light them before with the ribbon on the bottom.
Yeah, that's a
It does not
bad thing.
smell
It's like
good.
lighting together a cigarette when you're drunk and you're 18 years old.
No.
Or
Sure.
Yeah.
in much older.
Okay, so the cold draw, really, I'm getting graham crackers. This is really good. Okay, so each week we try to highlight a famous cigar smoker from the history books and contrast them with a well-known contemporary cigar smoker in an effort to determine who you would rather have on your side of the bar fight. This week's random pairing is bar fight music.
Go ahead.
This week's random pairing is Hemingway, as in Ernest Hemingway.
The offer.
Versus Kathy Bates. And I can tell you right now, okay, first of all, How tall was Hemingway?
6 foot.
6
6'6"?
6 foot.
6 foot, 6 feet. And Kathy Bates is what?
5'3".
I'm going Kathy Bates. Did you see what she did to? What's his
I'm
name?
going with Kathy. Yeah, Misery.
Did you see that? Yeah, I mean Jimmy Kahn took it. I mean she broke his feet.
Are we talking reality though, or are we talking Hollywood?
I think reality. She is badass.
No. Ernest Hemingway.
He's
Okay.
always gonna take that.
Yeah.
Always.
No, Ernest Hemingway. I'm telling you.
He's a misogynist.
No, I'm not a misogynist because I would put her. She could arm wrestle a buffalo. Don't get me wrong, and win. But Ernest Hemingway, I mean, he was an athlete when he was younger. Before he was ever an author, he didn't discover his talent really until college. But when he was in high school and in college, he was a solid athlete. He was a boxer, track and field. And this guy played football. He played water polo. I mean, those guys are jacked. I mean, this guy was a solid athlete, and he was actually a pretty good boxer. So before he was ever a writer, he was a pretty solid athlete.
Did he ever intentionally?
And he's got reach on him.
Did he ever intentionally ram into the back of a car with 2 bubble-headed beach blondes and fried green tomatoes? Because he's older. Because he's older and has more insurance.
If we're talking, who's the guy that played Hemingway in the movies?
I don't know. Ernest Borgnine.
No. But the thing is, when you have, I mean, we're not talking about his niece or his daughter. We're talking about Ernest Hemingway. Okay, and you talk about Kathy Bates is an actress, and I looked up her history. Kathy Bates was an actress from the beginning to the end. There is nothing that implicates any type of fighting prowess, any type of athleticism.
Can you not see her face?
I'm not saying she's not scary.
Yeah. You can say she's 5'3", she smokes cigars, she's 250 pounds, and she got an attitude.
And she knows how to get into her role.
Who would you rather spend time in a hot tub with? Kathy Bates or Ernest Hemingway?
I'd rather have Ernest Hemingway.
Exactly my point.
In
that
a
is
hot
my point
tub,
exactly.
yes. But in a bar fight,
I don't think.
I'm taking Kathy.
Oh yeah.
She is a lights off kind of woman.
And I checked with my coworkers. Everybody said Kathy.
You work out there. You work out for a major airline.
I mean, we believe everything they say.
Major airline.
I'm saying
a major
reality.
A major airline. All right. So what are the? That's like if a pilot's getting ready, like a pilot has a heart attack. What's the first thing they do? They get on the intercom. They say, "Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any professional bowlers on board?" No. Do we have any pilots? See. So obviously we want to be experts on this.
We want to be experts.
But we want to know who would take a bar fight. We want to know from a major airline what do your fellow employees think.
If I want to be funny, I'll say Kathy Bates. If I'm actually in a bar fight, now we're assuming Ernest is still alive. I mean, because she'd be better backing you up right now than somebody in a casket. I'm telling you, if they're both alive and they're both in their prime, I'm taking Ernest Hemingway, 100%.
I think we're 2-1. Kathy wins on this one.
And ladies and gentlemen, Damon Allen,
but not in a bar fight.
has left the building.
In a bar fight.
Kathy, I'm right here.
Oh, there he is. He's still there. Now he's left the building. You know, I think about Ernest Hemingway. Here's a guy that, you know, World War I, wasn't he? He was did he fight? Was he a war correspondent?
No. He had joined the Red Cross, and he was actually mortal. I mean, he was wounded. He was wounded very, very, very badly during World War I. He was delivering chocolate and cigarettes to the troops on the front line. He volunteered for that position, and he knew that he was going to go to the front lines. And the guys on the front lines need help too. And he was just bringing chocolate and cigarettes to the guys who were dying. This guy's got cojones. He wasn't in Hollywood. He wasn't standing behind a camera. I mean, obviously, she has seen a catering cart or two. So I'm just saying that. Yeah.
Okay, well, in closing, Kathy and Chris, all I have to say about this is that if Kathy Bates had been born in 1898, she would have joined the infantry. That's all I've got to say. So she would be driving no ambulance for the Red Cross.
She needed to join the infantry.
She would be driving no ambulance for the Red Cross.
She needed to walk from here to.
So anyway. Brenda says we win. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, but I'll give it to you. Ernest Hemingway was really quite a cat. He really was. And I think about the PTSD that he must have suffered. The suicide. I mean,
he was intelligent.
I mean, it's me.
But he was also known as being extremely intelligent.
I think Angela would have picked Kathy Bates too. Yeah.
Angela speaks from.
Angela probably would.
So we're 3-1.
This is a time when reality is being.
When we come back, our next fire. Got it. When we come back.
Pop's Safari Room is one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop's Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural Art District within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop's Safari Room. Comfort among friends.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
DFW Devil Dogs is a non-profit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about this program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services. But they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across DFW who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
Sickle cell disease is an incurable blood disorder that can be very painful. The good news is people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not always living well. Sickle Cell Disease Association of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their family. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more information, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org and/or like us on Facebook.
Yes, but they're not loosening that down here on the
It will.
accounts.
It will.
Okay, it is, you're right, it is loosening
Okay,
up.
so we're back.
It is.
We're not going to talk about loosening up our cigars anymore.
Massage it.
Massage our cigars. Got it. So this is a really good cigar. It's got a lot of coffee. It's got a lot of toffee. It's a sweet coffee. I see now why it would pair well with the coffee we're drinking. That's outstanding. But anyway, welcome back. We're going to talk. Brendan's going to take us down memory lane here with this Colt snake gun. It's the King Cobra.
It's King Cobra.
Yeah, tell us about it.
It was first introduced in 1986. It's a medium frame double action revolver featuring a 6-round cylinder, which was designed and produced by the Colt's manufacturing company, marketed to law enforcement agencies and civilian firearms enthusiasts.
Enthusiasts.
Yes.
That would probably be me.
Yes, that would be.
That's what I got. Okay, well, I tell you right now, the snake gun collection had that. This pistol, when it was new, like $500-600, maybe $600. I mean, it was nuts. It's nuts at the time. And when we take it out to shoot it after the show, you're going to notice it. I mean, it's heavy, but it's not like anything you've ever cocked. It's like nothing that you've ever pulled the trigger on. Ever. I mean, the mechanism. In fact, my wife at a swim boat, who I call Iron Sights because she absolutely hates it when I throw a scope and stuff. I'll get a new rifle, it's a lever action or something like that. Like, oh, this would be awesome. You know, we go pig hunting with this 45-70 and I'll put a scope on it because why not, right? Because scopes make us more accurate. She gets all irritated. You know, well, the iron sights are fine. Of course, you can hit anything out to 1,000,000 yards with the iron sights. So So her nickname in bed when she's wearing the football pads and smoking a cigar is
Nickname in bed.
Dead-Eye Dick.
Wow.
So, Dead-Eye Dick. She doesn't like when we do a scope on that because she says scopes are sissy. So, she mentioned something about me taking a Midol and changing my pad. I'm not sure.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, so we know who's in charge of this household.
I just don't know how to use a scope.
Be honest.
But this pistol now is going. It's in really clean condition. You're gonna love it, but it's going upwards of $3,500 or more.
Really?
And it's really climbed in value. And the whole snake gun series, the Diamondback was a snub nose 38 to 57. They got a whole series of the snake guns. As a matter of fact, Perry was just telling me here at Pop Safari in the gun shop next door that a fella brought in the entire snake gun collection, all of them, in all calibers, and asked for $30,000, and they paid it. So nice. So, but with that said, Brenda, what was your thought? What was the first thing you thought that went through your mind when you pulled the trigger on that 44 Magnum?
I think it was the kickback. Like I said, the first shot I went high. So it was very heavy. It was big, but I knew the kickback was coming because I had heard from y'all.
And we did make sure she had the lock arm.
I did.
She had it locked.
We have pictures of that. Video didn't come out so good because you put the phone down. But it was great.
I was a little more interested in safety today.
Yes, I know. Yes, thank you. Safety first.
Well, that's the thing too. This right here, you're gonna hear the boom. It's not quite like a 44 Magnum, or the 50 cal. Those are hand cannons. I think is a good way to put that, right?
Yes.
Yes. And literally, I've had friends in the past who have fired the 44 Magnum in pistol. Not like the Henry rifle. The Henry rifle's got plenty of space in that rifle. Yes, it's boom, but it's not as big a boom. That pistol gives you the boom. But that percussion charge in the room will make some people sick. Literally, it vibrates you down to the core.
You can feel it.
Yes.
There's no doubt. You can feel this gun.
It's like the South Park ground note.
I don't know if it's quite that bad. I was clean when I left.
No, but it's fantastic. You're going to love about the 357. I think it was the 357. Okay, here's the thing. My good friend Dave, anyway, he was in the Marine Corps. He was in the Marines back in the late 80s, early 90s, right? Desert Storm era guy. And back then, they were still using the 45 auto, right? And that's what these have it's got the knockdown power. And in that 1911 Colt, you got, 6, 7 rounds you can put in that. It's a big bullet. So the magazine won't hold this many. But they'll say, well, it's all right. It makes up for the fact you hit somebody with a 45 caliber bullet, they're going to be flying through the air 15 feet, and they just got knockdown power. And I'm familiar with 45. I'm familiar with 44 Magnum. I'm familiar with 357. I'm familiar with 9mm. I get it. My point is that when I joined the Army, right after 9/11, they gave us 9mm Berettas. We got these little bitty bullets, right? I think we had 15 in the magazine, right? I don't know. Somebody's got to say, no, only 12, dumbass. I don't remember what it was. The point is, I think it was 15 rounds. It doesn't really matter. I didn't use it that much. Let's be honest, right? We used our M4s. The idea is, though, that you got this 9mm, and the way I look at it, I don't care how big you are, how bad you are. If you're coming at me and I got a 9mm, I'm going to put you down.
Yeah.
I'll put you down with a 22 Magnum if I want to.
Okay, people don't realize this stuff, and I see where you're going with this. People talk about, I've got to have a 45, or I've got a 40 caliber, or something like this, or I'm not going to stop somebody. When you have a hole in you and you're leaking, your machine does not operate so well.
Right.
So, a 22, more people are killed by the 22 than any other gun on the planet.
The Mafia loves them.
Yeah.
They're cheap and real quick.
All the little spy movies you see, those are all small caliber guns. And in fact, and it is a fact that more people are killed by small caliber weapons than anything else on the planet. So to say that you need a 40 caliber, yeah, it does do good for good stopping power. When you're a police officer or something like that, and you need somebody to drop, that's good. But I promise you shoot somebody with a 22 and have a little ricochet action happens up. I've been a guy in the ER before, and I've watched these people come in. You're Swiss cheese.
Exactly. Well, that's my only point. But the thing is, too, you got 15 rounds versus 7. I'm sorry. But anyway, I think the same thing that we said about 357 Magnum. It's a nice round. It sounds big and powerful, and it is a powerful round, but it is a smaller bullet. So essentially, it's 35 calibers, right?
It's not going to knock somebody back.
Maybe not.
But they're going to be leaking pretty bad.
You can make a drain hole, and the drain hole is going to be effective.
Yeah, and it's just like the movies. When you see somebody drop from getting shot, it's not because of the impact of the bullet. It's because of the loss of blood pressure.
They
People
got it
don't
drained.
realize
Exactly.
that.
So you guys make sure you do double action and single action when you shoot it, okay? And when we come back, we're going to do something awesome. So we'll see you.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
Sickle cell disease is an incurable blood disorder that can be very painful. The good news is, people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not always living well. SCDA of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their family. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more information, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org and/or like us on Facebook.
DFW Devil Dogs is a nonprofit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about the program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services, but they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across the Metroplex who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
Pop's Safari Room is one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop's Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural Art District within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop's Safari Room. Comfort among friends.
All right. In fact, that clap was so good that it scared our executive producer. So, welcome back. The feral hog apocalypse is upon us, and I want you to keep in mind that there was a couple of legislative sessions ago, I think, maybe it was the last one or the one before that. The hog problem here in Texas is bad. I think the Spaniards introduced the hogs, 400 years ago because they wanted to be able to go hunt something they could eat. And I guess that's probably what it boiled down to. And they just let them loose out there, and they've grown into this. They're like kudzu, right? They have like kudzu mammals, right? It's ridiculous. They're everywhere. They destroy stuff left and right, and it's so bad, as a matter of fact, that it's got to the point now where we're trying to figure out ways to kill them very, very quickly. And I think that we had proposed legislation on the last go round before our agricultural commissioner, when he was actually a state senator, proposed that we would allow helicopter hunting of hogs.
They passed that.
Yeah, they did. They passed it, which is great because all of us can afford to go helicopter hunting. It's a normal thing that you can go do. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I don't know. I was thinking about just watching TV because I'm kind of low on money. I got to pay the rent. Oh, well, instead, I'll tell you what. Let's just go helicopter hog hunting. Oh, outstanding. Let's go. Let's absolutely do it. Party on, Wayne. Party on, guard. And everybody's happy with this stuff. So now we've got this feral hog apocalypse. So now it's not Commissioner Sid Miller instead of Senator Sid Miller, but he's now saying that we're going to use a pesticide. And what he's suggesting we use is warfarin. And by the way, as the agricultural commissioner in Texas, he has the right to just pull the trigger. Right. Yeah. So we're going to give a heart patient drug for humans. It's called warfarin. Right?
It's also rat poison.
Yeah. So it's an anti-blood clotting thing. And
anticoagulant.
And so it's
small doses.
And hogs die very slowly. But it does kill them, and apparently it turns their fat blue, which is why the hunters are going to be okay. If you shoot a hog and you're gutting it and the fat's blue, don't eat it.
Right.
This is the most asinine thing I've ever heard of.
It's Ass 10.
Ass 10. Okay, so Brenda, take us down what your thoughts are. And then Nathan's gonna he's gonna blast us with, with the truth.
I don't think poisoning is the answer. I mean, we had said they opened it up to where you could hunt them because they're hoping that was going to take care of it. There was a show out, I forgot what the station was on cable, but there was a show out on hog hunters in Texas. And these guys went out and made money on that. And I was hoping that was going to take care of it, but I guess it didn't. Because this is a new story. It's come out.
I think a female hot sow can have like 7 or 8 things a year.
Right, but if you poison them, you're not going to be able to turn around and make sausage and all the things that they were making out of them on the show that I saw, the Hawk Hunter show. So, I don't know. I don't really like the poisoning thing.
I think the poisoning thing is a very bad idea. I actually am a hog hunter, and I use the FNAR. It's a standard UN round, and but I have 20 in the clip, and we go out and we hunt these things. We've done helicopter. And I actually have a picture when we went pit bull hunting, which it's bloody. I don't really like that.
I bet.
But as far as the hogs,
I've done that. It's primal.
Yeah, it's primal. It's very primal, and then they actually have the ones where you have to go with a bayonet or with a machete or
that's
a hunting knife.
That's
and the dogs get them down, and you go over there and you gut them. I don't like that either. I like a nice humane way of shooting it. But as far as the animals go, they're not just a pestilence because they will ruin a ranch. Because I ride fences on the ranch. One of the guys I went out
and cause a lot of damage.
You can kill them as fast as they breed, and you're still behind. We were killing 60 a week on a friend's ranch out in Compton. 60 a week, and we were behind the curve.
Yeah.
And in fact, you have to kill approximately, and this is straight from the government records, you have to kill approximately 70% of the population annually just to maintain a level. You have to kill 70% of what's out there. First of all, you get a count. We have Indian guides and Indian hunters that go out there, and then we have to come out by helicopter and by foot and by four-wheeler, and we kill these things, and you can go all day long killing and killing and killing and killing, and you don't just, you're barely hitting the tip of the iceberg. But poisoning is a bad idea because they're using warfarin, and it's not just, we're talking about don't eat it if the fat's blue.
Right.
Animals don't know the difference. So you have other animals out there that are eating the entrails and eating the carcass when it's done, and those animals in turn are poisoned as well, and they die. So you're actually killing an entire ecosystem.
So when you were
hunting
them before, did y'all take any of them and use them for meat and
we
so
ate
forth?
like kings. They also have hungry folks in the area.
Right.
So we take them and we take them to the meat houses, and they section them up, and we give away all the food. Yeah. And there's other families out there that are poor farming families, and we just give them the hogs, and they'll take it and they'll process them themselves.
And so for the poor Jewish and Muslim families, you just tell them that it's kosher pork.
It's been blessed.
It's been blessed by the
rabbi.
It's been blessed.
But I just want to say right now, thank God that deer don't eat dead pigs, because I'm a deer hunter.
Well, deer get bad too, but they don't proliferate. Proliferate is a big word. They do not proliferate like hogs do.
A sow can have
hogs are like rabbits.
6 to 8 or 6 to 10,
and multiple times a year,
twice a year.
And they can. And the biggest thing, they're smart. They can outrun you. Out-hunt you. So when you're out there and you're trying to get a hold of a lot of these hogs, it's hard to catch up with them. You hit one shot goes off and they scatter like roaches with the lights on. They are gone.
I've had them come to a feeder all the time.
We've had them kill dogs on the property. Yeah. We had them attack an owner, and if one of the dogs hadn't come to the owner's rescue, and killed the owner. So it was bad. It's a bad situation. These animals are a pestilence, and they do need to be maintained.
When we go deer hunting, I'm in my stand. We've always got an AR there because we have to make sure that the pigs, they run up on it, they do. Take out as many as you can, and unfortunately, that's usually about 2 or 3 at the most. So
I think the biggest thing is, I think pestilence are a bad idea, and I think that you can get enough motivation for the guys in the area that like to hunt.
Yeah,
it is a good adventure to go out there, and it's a taxing hunt. It's not an easy hunt.
So when we come back, we're going to be talking about the stuff that's happening here in the local area. We're going to be talking about Pop Safari Club. I think some cool stuff that we're going to do down here in the Museum District in Fort Worth. Awesome. Here in Cowtown when we come back.
Sickle cell disease is an incurable blood disorder that can be very painful. The good news is people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not always living well. Sickle Cell Disease Association of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their family. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more information, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org and/or like us on Facebook.
DFW Devil Dogs is a non-profit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about this program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services. But they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across DFW who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
Pop's Safari Room is one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop's Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural Art District within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop's Safari Room. Comfort among friends. Wait for the clap. Got it. So, and we're back. We're going to talk about Pops. We're going to talk about the stuff there is to do around this area. Okay. Okay. So, talk to me about Pops. And come on, Brendan. You love it here. You're a cigar aficionado of the group. We love them. You are an enthusiast.
Yes.
Talk to us about Pops. Our chief sponsor.
Everybody that I brought, I was thinking a lot of people here from out of town. We usually come to their events on Friday night, but everybody loves Pops. It's very old school.
Meaning?
Very unique. Meaning?
Old school.
It's quaint. It's not brand new.
Oh, it's definitely not brand new.
Yes.
It's established.
The wine room,
Established.
the patio outdoors, the game
Safari.
head, the safari in there.
It's a different cigar.
Every known living game creature has been stuffed and mounted on the walls of Pops.
I was telling Pop about that the other day, or last week, earlier in the day when he first opened. He opened the doors, I walked in and said, I'm reminded of the first time I ever came to Pop's. Mm-hmm. And it was like a kid or a tourist, either it's a kid or a tourist, and your head's up and you're just looking with wonder across the room. Yes. And that's what it's like when you walk into Pop's Safari. And that's why it's called Pop's Safari. I mean, he has been on safari. He has got all these animals. And if you're an animal lover, you might get a little offended, but they do look spectacular. Trophies that you see.
Oh, he's a rich white guy. He's a rich white guy. He does rich white guy stuff.
Yeah, and some of them aren't so non-ending, but it is a very nice display. And the one thing I like about coming to Pops is that Pops was the first place I ever came to smoke cigars.
Really?
Back in the day, yeah. And so, as a complete novice, I walked in and I met Perry, and he was very, very cool about just really explaining to me the basics of cigars. And I've noticed that other people that come in that are novices today, he'll take the same kind of care with them as he did with me years ago, and he'll just take the time to explain to you what a cigar is. And it's good information. It's not propaganda. It's not advertising information. He tells you actually what you need to know. And so you can learn to appreciate a cigar when you smoke.
Yeah, back in the 90s, I worked in an ad agency in
my early part of my career. I was just finishing college, and we had a cigar account called Zamora Cigars. And me and my partner, we decided we were going to go and discover more about cigars. That's how I got into them. And we came down and met Perry. And I'll never forget, like, I just took my cigar cutter, like, I knew what I was doing. Like 21, 22 years old, and I'm just, like, cutting the entire end off of this thing. I'll never forget, he's like, no, if you just cut here on the end of the cap, you know what I mean, you won't destroy what you're kind of like, oh, well, I'll do that. I just don't get there.
So they can make you feel like a jackass.
Yeah,
right?
a total horse's ass. But no, Perry's great people. Him and his wife have been doing this for years. And when you walk in, I almost like, what was it, Sherman and Peabody, or the Professor and Sherman? I can't remember what it was. On Bullwinkle variety, you know what I mean? You're like, well, Sherman, we'll get in the Wayback Machine. He's always sitting there at the Professor, he had the cool stuff. That's what it's like in here. Lots of burgundies and forest greens and navy blues, our dark ambient lighting.
I mean, look at the backdrop.
All I can see is Angela judging.
And it's actually, you can't see, but it's the entire room.
Right. It's just like this.
The wine.
So we were glad to have them as a premier sponsor. So, but also around the area, this is what's so great about Pops. You can leave here. You can go before you come to have your cigar. You can go after. You can make it a combination of any things. But there's all kinds of really cool stuff happening around here. We've got the Derby Crow on Crockett. It's the eclectic dive bar, and I like that. You know,
It's an eclectic dive.
Yeah, where you actually open up a place and you make it a dive to begin with. So that's actually good. That's a good investment. So
Dive in is a good place.
you got the West 7th Street Movie Tavern, which is one of my wife's favorite things to do, is to go to the movie tavern. She likes to sit there and drink and watch movies. Like, well, hell, I can do this at home. A lot cheaper, right? You know, it's fine.
It's not the same.
And there were the lovely ladies out last night at Rodeo Goat enjoying the hamburgers. And it's just, I mean, literally right across the street. And they have arguably some of the best hamburgers I've ever tasted. I think it's a great place.
Well, there's Taco Heads, and then you got the Velvet Taco. There's lots of gynecological options, I guess, when it comes to.
Well, and you have the Velvet's Box, which is a
you got a lot of
barrel place, not
I know. Look at her
a
face.
taco place.
I don't know.
The assistant director doesn't understand why we're doing this. He's like, what are you doing?
I don't know
And
why
I don't
he
think
said
she
that.
approves either. But
Varsity Tavern, as a matter of fact, right next door. Varsity
Yes.
Tavern's got games. They got actual games you can play outside.
Yeah, outdoor.
Food
They do.
and
And they have a really nice, efficient bar there. It's a large bar, and the staff is very knowledgeable. A lot of times I'll go there during the day, and I can take out my iPad when I'm looking at properties and stuff like that, and I can zoom through. They've got great lightning fast Wi-Fi. And the bartender doesn't come over there and bug you every 5 seconds, but they do make sure that you're taken care of. They cater to you very well.
Oh.
And you can pick your poison. If you stay long enough to get hungry, the food's great.
well, my graduate alma mater is right down the street, TCU. Go Frogs, go Frogs. And sorry, but anyway, but between Pops and TCU on the far south there is Botanical Gardens, which is just phenomenal, beautiful place to go. It's great. You can take your wife, you can make a picnic basket, you can go and you can sit down at Botanical Gardens and say, isn't this lovely? She's like, no, this is wonderful. Oh, it is. I'll be right back. I forgot something. You can leave her there, you can come down to Pops and have a cigar. And then you can go home and get the crap beat out of you. But here's the deal, you know what I mean? It's an option. I've never done it because I'm not stupid.
And we're only literally a stone's throw if you got a good arm from some of the best museums.
And divorce attorney. I mean, the divorce attorneys right here on the
Divorce attorneys, we have the Modern Museum, which is critically acclaimed. And it's one of the best modern museums in the world. If you ever want to look up on YouTube and see something really cool, it's the making of that museum and the painstaking detail that they put into that museum. Not to mention the contents, the architecture.
And you got the Cowgirls Museum.
Yes, absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
fairly new. It's the newest museum out there.
Yep, one of the Facebook guys on here is actually one of the benefactors of the Cowgirl Museum.
As a matter of fact, if you think
I'm
about
sorry, of the Museum of Science and History.
That's true.
We've got that as well.
You got a skeleton that rides a bicycle there, so really awesome. and so anyway, it's good stuff around here. I think one thing about the Cowgirl Museum that I like is that they're nowhere in history did a nice woman or a good girl, good girls make history rarely. I can't remember how that goes. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk about something. When we come back.
Sickle cell disease is a blood disorder that is incurable. It can be very painful to deal with, but the good news is that people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not living well. Sickle Cell Disease Association of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their families. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more info, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org or like us on Facebook.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast as well. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
Pop Safari Room has one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural District within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop Safari Room, comfort among friends.
DFW Devil Dogs is a nonprofit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about the program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services, but they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across the Metroplex who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
Okay.
What a jackass.
Yeah.
What did you do? I was watching the timers.
I didn't do anything. I just
So anyway, welcome back to the show. We're sitting here laughing because if you go to the USA Today story on stupid golf trip goes predictably wrong right now.
Still Phil Mickelson.
Yeah,
Phil
Mickelson. Yeah.
Mickelson, whatever. He used to do this lob, and he would and what he would do is he'd have somebody stand like 4 feet in front of him, maybe 6 feet in front of him.
Right.
And he would take a full swing and then do a lob, and so good at it, he would make it over their heads. So people just need to realize you're not Phil Mickelson.
Right.
The same thing that Jackass created, right? You know, you watch Jackass on TV back in, don't try this at home because we're trained retards.
That is the reason. This is indicative of the reason why they have those Jackass warning labels. Do not try this at home.
Right.
And people are getting knocked out, and people are getting, bloody noses and stuff like that, trying to.
It's like when I was a
imitate
child.
it.
When I was a child, I could be just fine. We're watching Buck Rogers, right? Say it's 1980, right? I'm sitting in our house in Halton City, Texas. We're watching Buck Rogers. My dad, the cop, would get up, and I wouldn't be paying attention to what's on the coffee table. He'd be like, "I gotta go to the bathroom real quick."
You were paying attention to Aaron Gray.
Well, I was talking. Yeah, absolutely. Colonel Wilma, bitty, 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 bitty. You know what I mean? Bitty, bitty, bitty. Way to go, Buck. So you say something like, "Do not touch this pen while I'm gone." All right? And I'd be like, "Okay, Dad, not a problem." As soon as he leaves, I'm like, "Oh, I'm touching you, licking it, whatever," right? Because you told me not to, right? Because I was an asshole child. The point is that
Adult.
As
As
never.
a child, yeah.
When
There was no cure.
Daddy, when do you ever grow up? When do we grow up?
Never.
Why do we do that, right?
We have vaccines for everything, but not for that.
Not for that. So the point is, when you tell somebody on TV, "Do not try this at home," you're saying, "Try this at home," because this is, after all, America, right? The land of, like, you might be a redneck if you ever lost a relative right after they said, "Hey, y'all watch this," "Hey, y'all watch this," you know what I mean? And they're gone. And it's so fun.
That's the way a lot of good stories start.
So Phil Mickelson, he's lobbing it over his 6'4" short game coach Dave Fells. It's beautiful. We'll run this for you so you guys can see it when you're watching the YouTube version of the show. He also lobbed it over Roger Cleveland too. These are tall people, and he's literally, you can see it here. I mean,
Yeah.
these are tall guys, and he's 4 foot in front of them, actually about 3.5, a yard away.
Yeah.
And this ball is going straight up and over. I mean, oh my God. And then you got some jackhole decides to do it, with his buddies at the Muni course, south of Philly.
And you can YouTube it. There's a lot of these.
Oh, no, it's all over the place, you know what I mean? And it's what you might want to call something that went terribly wrong.
You know, in the face.
You can kill somebody with a golf ball.
You can.
When you hear 4, it means you're about to die. Okay, it doesn't mean like duck, because you didn't.
Especially if you hear me yelling for on a golf course, it's never pretty. And I'm going, oh, 4!
No, that's classic stuff.
Okay, now on to hoops and hops.
Okay. Hoops and hops. Talk to us about it.
Okay, hoops and hops. This is an article. Well, I mean, it's actually one of yours.
Hoops on hops.
I'm sorry. Hoops on hops.
And it's how beer and whiskey are related.
Well, I think the only way they're related is kind of how they're processed, and only to a certain point. But the initial way that they're made, the process is actually very, very similar in the way that they distill.
We start with grain.
You start with grain.
Start with grain.
Mm-hmm.
And they are related. And it goes back to the ancient Gaelic word whiska, right? And the two Irish guys here, we should know this, right? Whiska meant water of life.
Water
of life, exactly. And in fact, you can watch, you can pull it up on YouTube. If you take a Family Guy history of Ireland, right? It'll take you. It was a great episode, one of the first seasons, and it showed the Irish scientists, like 2,000 years before Christ, standing around, and there's their scientists. They're in white lab coats. They're working on lasers, and they got all kinds of stuff going on. This is like 4,000 years ago, right? The Irish people were doing great things. They had flying cars and everything like that. And one of the scientists runs in and goes, "Guys, check it out! I discovered this thing called whiskey." And they all take a drink. They all start beating each other and beating their wives and having kids, and and it just got crazy.
It's because I mean you cover the whole. I mean it's a big scale here. I mean excitement versus fear. This is excitement. A full glass is excitement, but an equal amount of fear when you reach the bottom.
Absolutely.
Especially if you don't have anything to replace it.
So Scotch whiskey is a single malt. It's talking about distilled barley, so using a single malt barley, right? The Irish distill their whiskeys, their balls, I think 3 times as a minimum.
They do it 3 times, and I don't think people, or at least a good majority of people, may not understand distilling it 3 times. And it actually, water, when you distill it 3 times, you do that for the purity. Right. You can get 99 point, when you first do your first distillation, I learned this in organic chemistry, you can get up to about 90%. Then you do it again, you get up to about 95%.
Organic chemistry, I'm so smart.
Sorry. Back when I was in my backyard and we were just pouring glasses into things. But there is a science, it is science. And then once you get to that 3rd distillation, that's where you get to that really, really fine, almost medical grade distillation. And so you get a very, very pure flavor, an unadulterated flavor. Unadulterated, but we all never mind. Never mind.
A lot of adulterated stuff
happens if we don't move on.
A lot of Scotch whiskey turns into a lot of adulterated stuff.
It just adds up to the quality.
I'll be honest with you. When I first started drinking Scotch, I've always been a bourbon fan, always loved it. But I learned how to drink Scotch because I was given advertising executive. And you have to learn how to drink Scotch. If you're going to be in politics, advertising, you drink Scotch, which I could relegate back then to sucking on a dirty gym sock. But it's an acquired taste, and guess what? Now it's the best thing
I've never tried it.
It's the water of life.
But I will take your word for it because you're the captain.
Well, thank you so much. The president saw fit that I should know about that. What? So,
well, Dave Hoops did a great job on the article, I thought.
There's no question about it.
And he did a great rundown on it. He describes the different. If you guys can look at Dave Hoops, he does a great job not only doing the rundown, but he also gives you a description of the different types of distillation that are available and what types of products are put into the final.
No, it's a really good article. It's very pedantic, so it'll take you through the process, let you understand, it'll pull you up. So if you're not too sure, check it out. It's DuluthNewsTribune.com and just look up Hoops on Hops. It's really cool. What we do when we get back? We got anything else when we come back? Are we done? Yeah. I think we're done after we come back. This might be it for the show.
We got
guys.
one more segment. We got one more segment.
Oh, we got one more segment?
Yeah.
Got it. See you
okay,
later.
Apparently we'll be
back in 2 and 2.
DFW Devil Dogs is a non-profit organization that was founded by a group of Marines with the intent of helping fellow Marines and corpsmen who were struggling for one reason or another. As word about this program spread, their numbers grew as well as their desire to help fellow veterans from all services. But they need your help in order to make that happen. DFW Devil Dogs works with veterans who have had to face tragedy with prevention education and interventional efforts. They also have a strong network of employers across DFW who are committed to helping with this ever so important mission. Go to dfwdevildogs.com to learn more about this important program and how you can help.
Pop's Safari Room has one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. An extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the entire state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pop's also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop's Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural District, within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop's Safari Room, comfort among friends.
Sickle cell disease is a blood disorder that is incurable. It can be very painful to deal with, but the good news is that people are living longer thanks to great strides. However, they are not living well. Sickle Cell Disease Association of North Texas aims to provide an important safety net for our patients and their families. From counseling to financial assistance, we are there every step of the way. For more info, please visit our website at scdatarrant.org or like us on Facebook.
Providencia Cigars has a mission. We want every cigar enthusiast, both new and mature smokers, to experience a Providencia cigar. That's because we always produce the highest quality cigar that can be enjoyed by family, friends, and cigar lovers around the world. All of the tobacco in the El Santo and El Padre cigars are blends that have been aged for 6 years, and 60% of the tobacco in each cigar was grown in the Providencia fields in Honduras. Each has been carefully blended so as not to be overwhelming to the beginning smoker, but also with the flavor and complexity for the experienced cigar enthusiast as well. Providencia Cigars, your invitation to a lifestyle.
And we got the clap. So we're going to talk about, I wanted to say, talk about women, just about everything. And it was a book that came out a while back. It was written by a man, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And it was written by a man, and he said...
About women?
About women, and he said, virtually, I can't remember his name for the life of me, we'll put it up on Facebook to remember what it is, but he says that women are better at everything that they do. Remember the whole thing, anything you can do, I can do better, that whole thing, and women are better. And so he went all out to actually prove a point. Stockbrokers, car salesmen, doctors, you name it. As a matter of fact, I won't even go to a doctor unless it's a female. I hate going to male doctors because I want a motherly type of doctor. I want somebody. It's
You just like it that time.
Absolutely. And I don't want to bend over and have to do the whole thing with a dude.
You don't want Wilt Chamberlain.
No.
Oh.
Go ahead. It's like you have to use the whole fist duck. So to quote Chevy Chase. But anyway, but I want to say, so for example,
I got a true story about that in a minute.
Oh, good. But yeah, we'll get to that. But I want to say this much though about women in combat. I was given a gunner on my first deployment because my gunner, the Jocko, we'll just call him Jocko. That was his name. He got sick, and I wound up with a female gunner. She was an admin assistant, and our battalion commander thought it'd be kind of funny. So in this armor platoon, I wound up with a female gunner. We took the 50 cal off. We put a 240 Bravo up, which is a smaller caliber machine gun, not so hard to charge and get it to go, right? Because let's face it, 50 cal is pretty heavy. And we rolled out the wire. We weren't even out the wire, but I don't know, a mile and a half going down Route Uranium. We were leaving Al Assad on our way out to Terbiel, Georgia, and coming back. It was a really terrible Route Mobile. And IED goes off and blows off half her thumb. And I mean, she wants to dismount with this thing and get after these trigger guys. I mean, she was in it. She was in it to win it. We're like, okay, we'll call you a medevac. When all the dust settled, she's there, and she's like, no, just wrap it up. Give me some ibuprofen. I'm good, sir. I'm like, this is a 4-day mission. He's like, I got this. And she actually sounded like that. She was from New York. She's like, oh, no, sir, I got this. I'm like, you got this. I think it was Specialist Santos, I think was her name. The toughest person I ever knew in my life. And I realized she can also have children. And if men could have kids, we wouldn't be even in existence, right? So, and then fast forward, I had a company command at like OIF 9 or something like that. And I'm going to tell you right now, and my guys that were in I'm sorry, argue all you want to, all you 19 Deltas, you 11 Bravos that were in there, how badass you were. You were awesome, but guess what? My female gunners, They're the best ones I had, right? I mean, and the fact that now we've got them graduating from Ranger School, absolutely, right? And besides, I mean, y'all smell better. So I'm going to say, you smell better, you're smarter, and it was Eric S. Gray. Whatever you give a woman, she will make greater. If you give her sperm, she'll give you a baby. If you give her a house, she'll give you a home. If you give her groceries, she'll give you a meal. If you give her a smile, she'll give you her heart. She multiplies and enlarges what is given to her, so if you give her any crap, she's ready to retain it for you. Oh, never mind. Can't say that.
But there's nothing that's not the truth there.
True. So the point is, I mean, I say all hats off to our women out there, especially in our cigar society. But what do you got to say, Brenda? I mean, you know, you're the woman of the you're a woman of the segment. So what's up with all that? Why are y'all better? What's up?
Well, I'm not saying that we're better. It's just that, well, in some things, that it's just trying to find that equal ground because, especially these subjects that we have, cigars, guns, whiskey, golf, women are, we're the minority in this group in some cases. So it is a little hard for us to fit in
Not on the planet.
and be taken seriously as well.
So Nathan, you have the answer to this? You have a theory. You have something to say about women being better than men. Or was it you were going to take the opposite approach? What
I agree. We're outnumbered in this room.
Yes, you are. Yeah, 4 to 3.
My friend Brian, you remember Brian Tremanian, the artist? He used to always say that women.
Oh yeah.
Women have what's called the vaginal wrench, and they can turn your spigot off. They can turn your spigot off.
Wow.
So we want to keep our spigot on.
They have 100%, or here's the thing, they have half the money and all the, but anyway, so.
There's nothing. So is Tony Romo going to get traded to the Redskins? The views expressed by Nathan are not necessarily the views expressed. So Tony Romo is going to probably go to the Redskins.
No. I like strong women. I only date strong women.
So it's Kegel exercises.
Kegel.
Sorry. Kegel.
It's called magic.
Yes.
It is called voodoo. It is called magic. And most importantly, it works.
And let's face it, if you're going to go in drag, what are you going as? The better gender.
Yeah.
The better gender every time.
Definitely.
I mean, that's just how that is. But anyway, so a shout out to all of our female troops. They're awesome. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything about the term infantryman. It'll always be an infantryman. But the fact of the matter is now we've got infantrymen who smell better than infantrymen. And I kind of like that. And let's face it, I think they're cooler under pressure. They make really good decisions. The things that they can do, I mean, it's amazing. I know, my wife can take pain. I cannot. I cannot take pain. So there you have it. So that right there is the truth.
We have high tolerance.
Especially for the BS that you come from the men too, right?
Definitely.
So anyway, when we wrap this up, you guys are going to go to the range and fire this 357 snake gun.
I'm pretty excited, and the range that we go to is not necessarily,
give them some kudos, give them some props.
I wasn't going to give them any bad props. When you walk into this place, they have like a 15-foot grizzly right there when you walk in. And they do have, for as small as the place is, they have a great supply of weapons. I think they have a great supply of accessories. And the gun range, the indoor range, they're very knowledgeable. However, I will say, when we go there, there is a lot of freedom to be able to shoot whatever you want.
The one we went to?
The one we went to.
Elk Castle.
There's a lot of freedom. Elk
Castle. On the west side of Fort
I
Worth.
like it. I like it. It's very easy to get to, and it's a nice, solid place. And it's right here in town, 5 minutes from downtown.
So, got it. And so, love to see you this time, same time next week. Until then, keep your barrel clean, your glove dry, your humidor humid, and your whiskey wet. See you later, my friends.
Pop's Safari Room has one of the most unique experiences in store for you and your friends. an extensive humidor with one of the finest collections of cigars in the entire state of Texas, an exceptional selection of local, national, and international beers and wines, and the ambiance of comfortable leather and soft lighting with a staff that truly cares about your experience. Pops also trades in fine target, hunting, antique, and collectible firearms. Pop's Safari Room is located in the Fort Worth Cultural District, within easy walking distance of some of Cowtown's finest dining and entertainment options. Pop's Safari Room, comfort among friends.